everybody, it's Holly, and I'm always looking for new and fun ways to craft. And I was at Michael's and I saw something I thought would be totally fun. I found the Loops and Thread Knit Quick knitting machine. It looks like you can just whip up scarves and hats really, really quick. So I thought it would be fun to give this a shot, and I've never done this. I have not even opened the box. The tape is still on it, everything. I'm doing it just right here with you guys so you can see how hard it is or how easy it is. So we're going to get some scissors out. Chop, chop, chop. And we'll just give it a little cut. There we go. Oh, and this top edge has a little piece of tape. Give it a little cut. I bet the bottom edge does too. Would be helpful. I need to get smaller scissors. I don't know why I always, you can ask my husband, even like when I have to like cut up cheese for dinner or something, I don't get like a little knife, I get like a big butcher knife. I don't know why. Bigger is always better, right? Okay, so open the box. That's what it looks like on the inside. I'm going to lay it down and we're going to slide everything out. Oh, way in the bottom is the instrucciones. Ooh, looks a little intimidating, but it's got lots of pictures. Looks really, really informative of how to do this. I really hope I can get this. So I'm going to set the box to the side. Take the little plastic off. Put that back in the box. Always be tidy. And then, let's see, we have this cardboard. It comes with clips. I have seen that you like clip the project to help it keep it going down, keep the weight even. And then this little pack here looks like possibly the legs, because it looks like the machine is all one piece. It looks like if you crank it, it turns. On the side here, it does have a little level for a panel, or if you want to make, I guess, a circle. I don't know. Let's see, does it do anything different? That goes all the way around, so that's what happens if I do this. Does it stop at some point? It does. So, okay, the P is for panel and the T is to make a circle. It stopped. I can't go any further. Now I have to go back this way. So that's good to know. We're going to try to make a hat. Make it really super simple. So I'm going to put that up before I forget. So this here, look at all this little dust, must be the legs. I feel like there's a lot of noise with all dust. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yay! This little guy I did see, it's a little tension kind of thing that helps you keep your tension right on your yarn. So we will put that on in a second. It comes with a little crochet hook. It's really plastic and really kind of bendy. So, I mean, oh, it's a 3.75 millimeter, which is like one of my favorite hooks. So, who knows? I might need this for something. And it comes with, let's get rid of that crinkly paper. Comes with a little yarn needle, little plastic one. That'll probably come in handy when doing this. So, I think, let's see. Always read your instructions. We're not men. We don't know how to do everything. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. My husband's always like that when he's doing anything. So, I don't need any instructions. I know how to do this. And I'm like, but if you read the instructions, we would have been done 4 days ago. But anyways, so, this is how to use it. Do we have how to put it together? Nope. Well, maybe somewhere in here, but maybe I'm more like my husband than I thought. I'm going to flip this guy over, and it looks like these guys just pop right into these grooves. You guys have faith in me? Do you think I can just do this? We're about to find out. This guy's kind of expensive too. He's like $69.99, or was it $75? It was expensive, but you know Michael's, they always have their wonderful coupons. I had a 40% off coupon, and then they had a 20% off sale, so I got it really cheap, so it wasn't that bad. Oh, there we go. I did it. Hallelujah. Now, right around here is where your thread goes through, in this little line here. So right down here you'll see an area where this little guy is made to snap into. You just kind of wiggle, snap. I don't know if there's like a particular way this is supposed to go in. I was never good with these. Hold on, guys. I'll get it. Oh, it bends and it snaps right in. There we go. Okay, so that's how it's supposed to work. You weave your yarn. Do you see those 3 hole guys? I don't know if it's like showing up, the 3 holes. You weave your yarn through here depending on the tension you want. I do know that much. I have seen other machines and that's what you do. Like if you want a lot of tension, keep it really tight, you wind it through all 3. If you want a little, you wind it through 1, kind of a medium. And this little knob here, I guess it helps somehow with making sure the tension stays right. I don't really know. So that is that. Now, take a quick little look here. See if it, choose it. It says, step 1, decide if you want a tube or a panel. We have decided we want a tube because we want to make a hat. Step 2, choose a yarn. I choose the yarn. I picked this lovely Loops and Threads Impeccable in the color Tropical Storm. And I was kind of thinking, since this is a loops and thread machine and this is a loops and thread yarn, that maybe it will just like work super smooth because they go together. Maybe. Worth a shot, right? Okay, anyways. Pick a yarn. And then it says, first turn the crank to become familiar. Did that. We like spun it around a whole bunch. Okay, so feed about 12 inches of yarn through. Crank the handle forward until the colored hook is directly to the right of the feeder. Hook the yarn under the colored hook. Turn the crank away from... Oh, and it shows little pictures. Turn away from you. I like the little arrows, so don't get confused. And it just kind of wraps itself around. And you set your tension. Okay, I think we are going to probably change our camera angle so that you'll get a better look at this. Okay? So, stay tuned. Come back. Okay, so I took a moment, got it all set up, and read the instructions pretty well. It sounds like getting it started might be a little complicated, but after that it sounds like it's just cranking the machine. So, first what you want to do is find... See, all these little hooks are white. One of them is black. So we just want to crank it till we find, and there he is. There's our little black hook. That's your starting spot. So hello, we start there. You want to take your yarn, take about 12 inches, and you're going to just drop it in front of this. Drop it down. I'm going to have my husband help by holding the machine still for a second. Or no, I'm sorry, not holding the machine still. Holding this yarn down right in here, honey. Can you put your hand down in there and hold this yarn down? Right in there. 1 second. He's going to reach down in here and just hold yep, just like that. That's perfect. Because I need to keep the tension and crank the wheel, but you got to keep that first thing. So I don't really know how you do this all by yourself to start. And what you want to do is make sure to pass this under the black one and then go behind the next white one. Then under and behind. And you're going to slowly do that all the way around. And once it gets going there, honey, you can go ahead and let go. Okay, thank you so much. He's such a good helper. So just back and forth, you're going behind one, under one, behind one, under one, behind one, under one. And you want to do this for your first, this is your cast on, is what they call it. Behind and under, behind and under. And you should come... On your last stitch should be behind, and you should be coming around the front again for the black one. And what you want to do now, make sure you're behind on that one, is you want to put your yarn down into the yarn guide.
Hook it on the black one first.
Well, yeah, you hook it on the black one. The black one's going to hook. It's going to come through and hook like that. So we do that. So put your yarn down into the yarn guide. Make sure it's in there good. And then you want to set, you guys, you see the little tension guide down here again? You want to set that. I'm using a number 4 worsted, so the little yarn guide there. I'm using a number 4 worsted, so I don't need too much tension. So I'm just going to go through the middle one and the top one. Kind of like that. That should be good. And now what you want to do is just go very slow and make sure as you're cranking that each one of the little white arms on the first couple of rounds is grabbing the thread. It's not going behind any. Nobody's missing it. Just go nice and slow on the first round or two, just to make sure that that's catching. We're back, and it went all the way around one time. It caught everything. So now we're going to go around again, really nice and slow, making sure that it's catching everything. We don't want any drop stitches. After you get a couple rounds into it, it goes a little smoother. At least that's what the instructions say. We'll see. So that's round 2. We'll do one more nice and slow, and then we will try and pick up the pace and see. It does say in the instructions that you're going to want your yarn nice and loose. You don't want it like into a tight skein. Okay, so that is the 3rd time around. I'm looking. I don't see any drop stitches. I think I can go ahead and pick up the pace, go a little faster. So what you're going to want to do is hold your machine down, because this will wobble a lot. And I just try to find the best place. I like to hold it right about here. And you just give it a crank. And I'm going to go around. I'm going a little faster this time. And everything seems to be catching. It seems to be knitting. So I am going to pick up the pace a little here. Okay, I did. Alright, see, I had a little spots where it caught. My tension's fine. My yarn is nice and loose. I think it's just the machine is just catching. I don't think you can go really, really fast on this machine like you might be able to on some of those professional ones. But I do think you can go at a nice moderate speed. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep going until I have enough for a hat. I'll probably fast forward a little. I'm going to take a little pause here to see. It's knitting really nice. I'm loving the color choice I picked. Now they do give you these clamps if you're making like a big project, and you can clamp them evenly around to help kind of pull it down so it doesn't roll up too much. I'm going to go ahead and do that even though it's a hat, just to show you guys. So let's get these little clampity clamps out. And they show just flattening. Oh! Okay, so I'm glad that happened on camera. I broke one of these little things just by clamping it, but it will still work. They show just straighten out your edge and apply a clamp like that. Let's try another one. Let's hope I don't destroy this one. Oh. Okay. I'm liking the machine. I'm not liking the clamps very much, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have no idea why these keep breaking, but we're going to just never mind the clamps. We're going to keep cranking away at this hat. I think we'll be fine without them, because apparently we're going to have to be. So let me get a good hold. I find it easiest to hold here. All right, let's get making this hat again. Okay, so I'm taking another pause to show you that I've moved my hand to down here to holding one of these legs, and it seems to be helping. Now, you're going to have to watch your yarn tension, loosen your yarn up. My sweet husband is standing here unraveling my yarn ball for me while I do this. If you're doing it by yourself, you'll just crank a couple of times around, then stop, pull some more yarn out, crank again. But I found holding this leg seems to help. Let's keep going. Okay, so sorry I skipped ahead a little there. It was taking a little longer than I thought it would. I have got the hat as big as I think I want it. Read the instructions, and I hope I'm going to get this correct. Otherwise, I did all this work for nothing. But let's try. So it says to stop when you're at the black hook, just to the right of it. And what you want to do is take your yarn and cut 18 to 24 inches, just a nice long piece. So I'm going to cut, got my yarn, cut a nice long piece. You're going to take it out of the yarn guide and out of your tension thingy. So I have it here, and you want to thread it. I'm like threading it onto this yarn needle. I think I read the things, and I'll show you in a minute why, but I think the plastic one is really good because it's going to be wobbly. I normally use my metal hooks or my metal yarn needles, but for this it's going to be the plastic one. So now what you want to do is, it says like let the black one be. You want to go into this next stitch. I don't know if you guys can see the stitch that's on here, and you want to take the yarn needle and you want to pick it up, go through it. Well, make sure you go through. Don't split the yarn. I'm splitting the yarn for some reasons. Maybe this yarn is just the kind of yarn that splits really, really easy, because this one is just splitting every time I go down in there. I wonder if there's a easier way to do this, because I'm not getting it very well. I wonder if I wait until it comes over to here. Oh, yep, there we go. So you want to alternate going in each hoop that's on the little white pegs, going one from the front, or in this case I started in the back. I'm kind of a little too far that way. There we go. And you want to pull your yarn through it. Sorry, I got a little bit, maybe I have too much yarn. Okay, then in the next one, you're going to slowly turn until it comes, and you're going to go in the opposite direction. So in this one, I go from the front, and I pull it through. Now I'm going to turn it again, and what you want to do is, oh, I went a little too far. My yarn, see, you want to catch it before the yarn falls. That was my problem I was having with that first stitch. Now you want to go through the back on this one. And then you want to turn it and go in the front of the next one. And you're going to do that all the way around, going from front to back, alternating. Just slowly turn your machine, and it will right at the right spot, it will pick it up nice and tall. You'll be able to slide it right in there. So see how I was able to slide that right in? Get that around the front there. So now I just turn, and then this one's going to, was that a front? No, that was a back. Okay, sorry. Got to pay attention. Now it brought it up just perfect where I can slide it right under there. My little yarn goes in. So keep doing that all the way back around until you get to the black peg again. Remember, going front to back, weaving them in and out and slowly turning. Okay, so I got back to my black stitch, and I'm going through that. That should be my last stitch. It says now to just go ahead and crank the handle the way you have been, and your project should just fall off. So I'm going to hold this out the way so it doesn't like hook on nothing. And I guess I'll just drop it in the hat. That's what we'll do. And I'm just going to crank here, and we'll see. Is it coming off? Oh, it looks like we got caught on that black one. Got one little thread caught. But it looks like, as we're going, if we just kind of... Sometimes they get a little caught on the hooks. That's definitely a problem. But it's not too hard to get off. It does seem to be coming off, and there we go. And then, of course, now you've got your yarn. My yarn needle fell off, but I've got my yarn here that should control the whole inside. And there is my hat. Alright, now I'm going to finish this off by closing the top and then finishing off this bottom edge so to just roll up nicely for my son. So we will go to that now. Okay, so we finally got this all finished. Mine was supposed to be a hat, but I made it a little long for a hat. So that's okay. I'll redo it now that I've kind of gotten the hang of this. So we're just going to discuss my pros and cons of this machine. As you can tell here, it made a very lovely, I guess this is just a tube. It was going to be a hat. It does look really rather tiny, like it wouldn't fit, but it does stretch quite a bit. So this could very well be a hat for a child, so that's not a problem at all. I might even be able to wear that as a hat. It stretches really nicely. It did knit very nice. I mean, again, if you could see the texture there, the colors, just really well. Getting started was a little complicated. Definitely read your instructions very carefully. You gotta, doing the first round, looping it back and forth versus just cranking it. Otherwise you'll get very concerned. I didn't even use the crochet hook, but this is really for fixing drop stitches, which I didn't have any, so that was good. You guys all saw the mayhem that ensued when I tried to use these little clips. The little clasps that hold the clips together apparently are just a little too tight, and when both of them were on, I couldn't even barely get it open, and when you tried, it just, as you saw, ricocheted all around my set. But with one clasp on it, it seems to work just fine. The little needle that came with it, it worked great. It was nice, but it bends just really easy. Very easy to bend. So, I mean, but it was helpful because this thing did do a great job. I mean, this is really lovely. It's a really good job knitting. But it's really wobbly. If it was had like something you could like clamp it down to, like if you could clamp it to your table, that would be really great. It would be easier. The tension on this, I think I still got some thread in there where it got caught. This was a little hard to work with. Again, though, if you were able to clamp this down, you could just hold the yarn in one hand, crank with the, well, this way, crank with the other, and that would take care of the tension issue. And then the only other complaint I have about this is it was a little hard getting the stitches off. The way these little arm thingies are, it's kind of hard to get this hook under and over the little stitches. But all in all, I think it's worth the money, especially if you go ahead and go to Michaels.com before you go to the store. They usually always have at least a 40% off one item coupon. So this being $70, that would get you down, you know, around 50 or so, somewhere in there. I'm not good at math on the fly here. So, but sometimes they have 60% off coupons too, so that would be really, really great. So I would recommend this as a starter. If you're looking for something to really like just make a whole bunch of stuff and crank products out quickly, I would go ahead and probably try to get one of the professional ones like the Addy Express or the Addy King size. Those I've seen and heard great reviews of. Hopefully someday I'll be able to give you a review, but they're a little pricey for me at the moment. But this is a good one. This is a good one for the kids. You are going to have to help them get it on and take it off. Unless your kids are a little older, but the younger ones, you're going to have to help them do that. But once it's on, you know, this is pretty easy for them to crank. Your arms get tired. This one arm is burning compared to this arm. So I would give it, you know, pretty good scores. It definitely works. I'm interested to see how it holds up. Maybe I'll come back in a month or two or a couple of months and give you like a review of how it's held up to my 3 children's abuse of it, because they have been lined up all day like, can I make something? Can I make something? No, I want to make something first. No, I'm going to make something first. It's been the most obnoxious thing. I'm thinking about going and buying 2 more just to shut them up. Not really, but they'll just have to wait in line. So I guess that's about it. Yep, I mean, it made a really good knit. I do like this. It looks really great. The little clamps are kind of a bust, but you can buy clamps at like the dollar store, so I wouldn't really worry about these. And the little hook, even though it's really flimsy, did work. So, and this worked really well. It didn't lock up on me at all. So I would recommend it, at least for a starter one. Sorry, the yarn apparently got all tangled down there. Woo! Yarn fuzzies everywhere. It's like glitter for crafters. Anyways, well, I guess glitter is glitter for crafters. That didn't make no sense. It's been a long day, okay? Alright. As always, thank you so much for watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. Feel free to, if you have one of these machines and you use it, let me know if I did anything wrong. I probably did. I'm most assuredly not perfect at this. You can either comment down below. If you use this to make stuff, you can go over to our Facebook group, the Proper Pineapple Crochet group on Facebook, and show photos. There'll be a link down in the description box. Okay, so I wanted to hop on here at the end of the video because it's been a couple of days since I did this video and did the review. And about a day or two afterwards, my kids were enjoying this machine. They were having fun with it. And we had made quite a couple of hats and stuff and had a ton of fun. And then the yarn had gotten a little stuck. I wouldn't even say it was really stuck. And we cranked it, I guess, just a little too hard. And it broke. The little, like, hookies that hook over snapped right off. So coupled on top of the clips that just kept breaking and then the arm that broke, we went ahead and returned it. I'm not saying that the machine isn't any good and I still don't recommend it. Maybe my kids were a little aggressive. I don't know. I just know mine broke. So I'm not very happy about that, but the machine was fun. We did make some really cute things while we had it. And the people at Michaels were so nice and so sweet, totally understanding. They returned without any questions. And one thing I should tell you guys about Michaels that I didn't know, because I had lost my receipt and I was freaking out. So I'm like, I don't even have the receipt for this. I called them and talked to them. And if you are a Rewards Club member, woo, and you put in your phone number, every time you check out, if you lose your receipt and you need to return something, they can look it up based on your rewards card number and stuff. So that was great. They were just so sweet. It was wonderful. They gave me no hassle at all. Great people. So like I said, not sure if my machine was a dud or my kids were a little aggressive. It was still a lot of fun, and maybe if you're a little more gentle with it and, you know, you're not going to like roughhouse it like my kids did, then maybe it'll last longer than 3 or 4 days. But it's kind of, you know, I guess it's still a good recommendation if you don't want to spend $200 on an expensive one. You just want to have a little fun. I just wanted to put out there that, you know, if you get too rough with it, it's probably going to break. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching my videos. Don't forget to click this month's giveaway video up here and hit the pineapple in the corner to subscribe. Bye!